Wake up! Good morning, it's Tessa from Enliven Wellness, and I am here without any makeup on, and this is just, this is me early in the morning, and I am going to just share with you a little bit of my modified, what I'm eating in a day on the raw carnivore modified diet. I'm kind of pulling in a couple of elements of Aajonus Vonderplanitz. If you don't know who he is, definitely look him up. He's sort of like an amazing, he was an amazing healer, and he advocated the use of some veg matter. He was a big fan of vegetable juices, but he mainly did do raw animal proteins. So basically what I'm having for breakfast are 2 raw eggs, 2 raw duck eggs, with a little bit of coconut oil and ghee. Then I'm also doing a little bit of salt and pepper, and asafoetida. And then for lunch, I'll be having about 8, well, it's my snack kind of, it's like a big breakfast really, of 8 ounces, well 10 ounces of ground beef, grass-fed ground beef, a tiny bit of coconut oil, some duck fat, and some ghee, and salt and pepper. And then I'm also going to be, I had taken out celery juice for a little while, and tried to add back in raw dairy, but I just don't know if I do well with dairy. I just really don't know if I do well with raw dairy, unfortunately. So I'm kind of going back and forth on the raw dairy thing. It feels good, but at the same time, I can get a little bit anxious with it. So I just don't know. So Aajonus does talk about having celery juice. I'm gonna try it again today for the first time. I'll let you know how that goes. I will also be having some of my favorite clay, which if you're interested in what clay can do for you, please email me and I can order you. It's the most high vibing clay. It's not bentonite. It's from a very specialized company, and I love, this is my beautiful morning drink. I love it. But I'll be having this a little bit later after I do fasted cardio. And then I'm going to have about 1 tablespoon of dulse flakes. I do feel like those help my thyroid. So it's a little bit of a modified raw carnivore. I'm not doing any of the other plant matter, but I'm doing a little bit of the vegetable juice a la Aajonus Vonderplanitz. And I do still think that coconut oil is serving me well if I don't do it in massive amounts. And Aajonus talks about this in his videos or in his book, that you can do the cold pressed unrefined vegetable oils if you're wanting to do some cleansing. And so that's primarily also why I use the coconut oil. Now the ghee, I know it's heated, it's not the best thing, but I've been trying to do the butter just doesn't, it makes me feel more anxious. So ghee is a lot less, there's a lot less of a potential to have a problem with dairy with ghee. So that's why I'm doing ghee right now, but I'm seeing how that goes. And then I'll be back to tell you what I'm gonna have for my last meal of the day, and I will record that here later today. Okay, so let me see if I covered everything. Yeah, and the reason I'm still fasted is because, if you don't have to, if you have just a minimal amount of protein, you're still basically you'll still be in ketosis. It's not gonna totally knock you out of ketosis if you have an egg. That's what my experience has been. And then if you have it with enough fat too, it can really mitigate for blood sugar imbalance and spikes. So I'm going to see how this feels today, and I'll just keep recording what I'm eating because it's a journey. I'm trying to find what really totally works for me, and I just wanted to share that with you. So all of the raw carnivore purists out there, look up Aajonus Vonderplanitz. I'm still pulling in a couple of elements of his. So that's, it's just because, I'm not drinking blood, and I'm not, even though I did once, it was good, but I'm not doing that on a consistent basis. And the raw milk, I'm still up in the air about how that's making me feel. So yeah, so I'm doing some of the vegetable juices today to see how that feels when I work out for electrolytes, and I will let you know how it goes. So, all right, this is me eating in a day. All right, bye. Hey everybody, welcome back. So this is my, this is gonna be my lunch. So I'm not having a lot for lunch today, just because I'm just not feeling super hungry. But I am going to be having I'm having a little bit of liver, and some ground beef, grass-fed beef, and it's tasting pretty good so far. And I'm having maybe just a little bit of coconut oil and a little bit of ghee, not too much fat. But yeah, it's feeling pretty good so far. I'm just really listening to my body, and I might have a little bit of duck fat and a little bit of the like I said, the ghee and the coconut oil. And again, this is I know it's a modified raw carnivore, I do still use a little bit of coconut oil and some like not animal products. Like you saw this morning, I had some celery juice, and I gotta admit, it felt pretty good to have that celery juice back in my life. Again, this is kind of a la Aajonus Vonderplanitz. So I'm sort of playing off of some of his work still. And of course, if you're interested in like going raw carnivore or modified raw carnivore, and or you are going from ketogenic to maybe going more carnivore or raw carnivore, and you need some more guidance, please reach out and email me and say I'm ready at tgirly7@gmail.com. Also check out my website. You know, it's a really interesting new way of eating, and I've been having a lot of success with it in a lot of different areas. And I have a lot of tips and tricks for the kind of like side effects that you might be suffering from, like constipation or diarrhea, or even like some of the mental, like anxiety kind of things that can happen if you're doing this diet. So I've just been playing around with those things, and if you would ever like some guidance or coaching, please let me know and reach out, and I would be more than happy to help. So hope this is helpful to kind of give you an idea of what I'm eating on my modified raw carnivore diet. So all right, thanks.